Hello students, in this session I am going to discuss basic introduction of assembly language. So related to assembly language, we already discussed few points but still I am going to start from introduction. So all programming languages having their own syntax, their own format. Similar manner, assembly language is also having its own syntax or its own format, I can say. If you will observe here, section dot data, section dot text. So whenever you are writing C program, you are at the starting you are including header files and then you start writing program. Similar manner here for assembly language, you can start your program from section. Okay. So two sections you can find here in this program, simple program. So section dot data, section dot text. Name itself can say, if I am saying section dot data, data declaration part will be there in this section and whatever coding part will be there in text section. Okay. So assembly language mainly have three sections, section dot data, section dot BSS, section dot text. Right now I am discussing about section dot data, section dot text. Prior to that, a few other basic points such as assembly language, we can say as middle level language or low level language. It is not a high level language. So all of you are aware about high level language is user friendly. Assembly language is not that much user friendly, but it is having some other advantages such as system features, system architecture. You will aware about processor register, how to use memory management, how to use all those things you will aware about in this type of programming like assembly language. Okay. So if I'm saying direct functions, user defined functions, or ready-made functions are not available in assembly language. Users supposed to write code for each and everything. For example, I can compare with C language program. You are using printf scanf statement, correct? So printf and scanf ready-made functions are available. You are adding header files at the starting for those functions and you can directly use this type of ready-made function in C program. But similar type of ready-made functions are not available in assembly language. So for writing something or displaying something on screen, you're supposed to write code. For reading from or accepting input from user, you're supposed to write code. Remember these two things. Next point which you're supposed to remember as basic point of assembly language, that is mainly things which are going to used in assembly language, those are nothing but directives, instructions, and system functions. System function like syscall. Directives, instructions, and system functions. When I am saying directives, this section which is written here, this is directive. One example I am discussing right now, but many directives are there. Like DB is directive. What we can say ki directives are giving directions to assembler. For example, if I am considering this section as a directive, what direction it is giving to assembler? That is nothing but it is telling assembler that is section is going to start from here. What this directive DB is telling here, that is define byte. It is telling type of variable, which type of variable. So remember basic thing, assembly language program consists of directives, instruction, and mostly system functions. Okay. We will discuss whenever those points will come again. But remember at this stage, these three things will be there in assembly language program. Okay. Now related to this program, basic program, simple program I am discussing, that is nothing but section dot data. So data section will start from here where you can declare variables. One more point, that is whatever messages you want to display on screen within that program or for that program, those should be declared in data section. Okay. Here, if you will observe, this program is for printing only one message. Okay. So this message is declared in data section. PMSG is the name given for that message of type byte. What it means? Defined by whatever given in these double quotes. Okay. Each character is of byte type. Remember how this is going to store in memory this message, that is nothing but each character ASCII hex value is going to store. So each will require at least one memory location, that is each character is of byte type. So first and basic thing you supposed to remember, this manner you are going to declare message in the program or in the data section of assembly language. So after giving variable name, after giving type, here 10 if you will observe, that is nothing but slash n in C language, that is new line. And after that you supposed to give message in double quotes. What it signifies, that is nothing but you are passing a ASCII value of each character, or because of those double quotes, what is going to store in memory, that is ASCII value of each character is going to store at memory location. First memory location, ASCII value for this character will be stored. Second memory location, ASCII value for this character will be stored. Where you are ending, that is nothing but when you are giving double quotes, last double quotes again after that message, that is nothing but end of your message. And one more point you supposed to remember here, after this message or after this end double quotes, dollar will be stored for each and every message which you are declaring here. So after this message, dollar is stored. This is again new line. Now next parameter or next variable which is declared immediately after this message for calculation of length of this message, because that length will be required in next when you are going to display actually this message. So length supposed to be calculated here. So another variable is declared and another directive is here for given for that variable, that is EQ. It is nearly about same as you can consider as double sorry equal to sign. Okay. So dollar PMSG, this will calculate length of this message, because at the end of this message dollar is stored, and minus PMSG means from where this message is started. For example, message started at 1000 location and dollar is at 1015 location. So that value is going to subtract, and whatever value will be there, for example 15, that will be the length of this, or that is going to store in this variable, that value 15. Okay. Now check next thing, that is related to system function, system call, or macro declaration within assembly language program. So basically, if repeated code is there, mainly you are writing function. In assembly language, provision is given that you can go for function or you can go for macro if repeated code is there. Okay. So repeated code can be by using macro or function. So if repeated code is small, go for macro. If repeated code is large, at that time go for function. So here, whatever you want to print on screen, you supposed to write one syscall for that. System function you are calling for that purpose. Okay. And that system function may required again and again. So for that purpose, macro is created for that system call, so that I can directly give macro name and I can call that macro again and again for printing something on screen. Okay. So if you will check macro, what is the syntax of that macro? That is nothing but percent macro, which is directive, name of the macro, and how many variables are going to pass. Call with function you are aware about. So similar manner, this two refers to how many parameters you are going to pass to this macro. Okay. So this system call. Okay, this system function call you can write separately or you can write within macro. If it is repeated, if it is going to repeat again and again, you can go for macro. Okay, so what is required here? Move Rx comma 1, move RDI comma 1, move RSI comma percent 1, move RDX comma percent 2. This RX, RDI, RSI, RDX, you are aware about these are registers. This instruction will copy source to destination. So this is the source value and this is the destination. So basically what you supposed to remember for syst call, that is nothing but system function you can call with specific values. If I am passing value 1 in Rx prior to syscall, it is for writing something on screen. If I am writing or I am initializing RDI with 1, it indicates I am going to use standard output device for printing something. Standard output is nothing but screen. Okay. Now next, uh, RSI percent one, first parameter which you want to pass, that is whatever message you want to print, that parameter you supposed to pass here. Percent two, what is the length of that message you supposed to pass to RDX. These registers are fixed. Prior to writing syscall, you supposed to initialize these register for writing something on screen. And these register must be initialized with these specific values only. If I am writing here 0, it means I am going to call some other system function, which I don't want right now. I want write function. So I am calling with these values. You supposed to remember these things, that is these register fixed registers where you supposed to pass values for system call. Okay. Prior to writing this syscall, if I am passing these values in this register, it indicates which system function I want to call. Okay. Now macro, within macro I have written syscall. So how that macro will be ended, that is percent end macro. Where macro can be initialized, that is between data section and text section. Now next macro is written for exit. If you will check here, name given as a exit, percent macro, which is directive, which will tell assembler that macro will start from here. Values initialize Rx with 60, RDI with 0. For this syscall, these two values are required and these two registers are fixed. Rx value, if you will observe here, it is 60, and if you observe for write function, it is 1. So remember this point, that is before syscall, what value you are passing in Rx depend on that specific syscall will be called. Okay. So these two macros are created. Now pay attention. After that, next is section.text is written. In C program, you are starting your program with void main. Similar manner here, you supposed to start your program with label. So here it is written global start. This start is a label. In this manner only you are supposed to write. So assembler will come to know from where actually coding is started or coding is there in this program. So this syntax for section.text is fixed. You're supposed to start your program like this or text section like this. Now what is written? Only one line is written. This is nothing but calling to the macro. This macro is called parameter which are passed, that is PMSG and PMSG length. That is nothing but percent one will be uh, replaced with PMSG, percent 2 will be replaced with PMSG length. Wherever percent 1 and percent 2 written, those two parameters are going to replace. Here for exit, no parameters are passed, so you can directly write or you can directly call exit. Okay, just we will execute this code and you can check output of this code so that easily you can relate points which we are discussing right now. Copy it, run. This is my first program. So in this I have written this is my first program. I will change here, that is nothing but this is my program and I am going to run. This is my program. So you supposed to check all those things. You supposed to understand basic things. You can comment and you can understand. Okay. You supposed to use online compiler. This compiler you can use. You can type code within that and you can execute. Code is supposed to be written here, and if input is required you can give it from here and output you can check here. For this program I have copied code and I directly executed that code, so I can check output because no input is required for this basic program. This is basic program in which I discussed related to macro, syscall, and basic structure of assembly language program. Okay.